So I finally finished my Boba Fett Jetpack, and I just wanted to share with you how I made it because it was a pretty awesome experience. And it started last year when my friend at work filled our work truck up with bags of my favorite chips for my birthday. And some of these chips were also Pringles. And so I took them home and I had big garbage bags of pull these chips, and I was looking at the Pringles container, and in my weird mind, I was like, you know what? That looks like Boba Fett's jetpack sides where the fuel, I guess, is stored. And from that's where the whole idea came from. I grabbed cereal boxes, bits of cardboard, newspaper, toilet rolls, and duct tape, of course, and started building this jetpack. And everything just came together. I found this massive tube for the like rocket bit, and then I got like foam pieces for the nozzles, the jet nozzles at the base, and use the plaster to like make everything hard, like same as what I use for the Han Solo carbonite project. And I really like that stuff because it's super malleable and then it dries hard and it's just easy to work with. And then other bits like I found little milk container tops for inserts and just yeah, I didn't really measure anything. I used the little figurine as a guide. So it's not exactly like Boba Fett's jetpack, but it's pretty close to it. And then, yeah, you can see here that I use big bits of foam that were shaped and use those to make the tops of the rockets. And then here it is completely plastered. And so it's really hard right now. And then what I did over the top you'll see in a minute, is I used wool plaster. Yeah, here it is, wool plaster, and just covered it in that to make it even stronger and smoother. And here you can see the process. So just same as you would filling in a hole in the wall, mix up some uh, plaster with some water, and then I just painted it on. I made it kind of more liquidy than you would normally for a wall, just so I could get it into all the cracks and crevices. And yeah, just painted it on and let it dry. And so here you can see this is with the first coat of plaster. Um, it's quite nice. It's pretty rough. And so I'm gonna sand it afterwards. So I used P80 grit sandpaper here and just sanded everything. This is just the coarse layer, so sanded it kind of as smooth as I could. Now, when you're sanding, always make sure you got a mask on for dust particles and open windows or have a fan so that you got good ventilation. Just some safety precautions there. Once that was done, I used P800 wet dry sandpaper and wet dried it and rubbed that down, and it worked really well. Made it nice and smooth, and because it was wet, it made the plaster a bit malleable too, so you could really get a nice smooth surface on it. And then once I completed sanding it and let it dry, I then put a base coat of silver spray underneath, like to make it metallic. And again, same thing, make sure you got lots of ventilation if you're going to be spraying, and make sure you got a mask on too. And in here I have lots of fans and ventilation and a good gas mask, so that's good. And here's it finished with the silver spray paint, kind of cool, space agey. Then I decided to try and use an airbrush to paint the actual colors, but I had some difficulties with it. It kept clogging up, and it wasn't the exact color I wanted. It was more blue, kind of like Django's colors. So then I reverted to just hand painting it and taped off the areas where I didn't want excess paint to bleed over. And yeah, just good old hand painting. So here, yeah, just brushing in the areas. So Boba Fett's colors are green, yellow, and red. So this yellow was a bit too yellow. It needed to be a bit darker, so and the blue is not greens, and that needed to be darker, so I found the right colors eventually. Took a few tries mixing different colors together, like add some black to red or add some white and mixing it up to get the right colors. But then once that happened, it was really good. And then here's the finished product next to the Han Solo. And you can see I got the colors correct. So I had a helmet too that my wife got me for reference to the colors. And then I just added some streaks of silver and black and kind of dabbed them with a dry paintbrush to get some worn out look. And I think it turned out really cool. I really like it. What I'd like to do next is on the back of it, put some magnets and then make a whole like back armor piece that it could attach to, but that's a future project and when I have more space. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching it and I enjoyed building it. So thanks for watching.